Hello, ladies and
Bobby's
gentlemen, and welcome to the Down the Local show on Monday, the 1st of June, pinch punch, first of the month. You son of a guns. Neil, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm loving your ditty.
Ah, little sing song to get us
It's a
started.
beautiful little sing song. Took me back. Flicking a kick for being so quick.
Hey, God. I thought you said you've been drinking since 5 o'clock. You can't have been if you're coming up with quips like that.
I've had a single one.
A single one.
And it was freaking massive. But no, it's a sing. No, I've only had the one. I didn't want to overdose myself prior.
Hang on, a massive one. Oh, are you talking about drinks or poos?
Oh no, I know that's a morning thing unless I've had something to eat.
Oh, is it? Are you a morning pooper?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, I was talking about the drink. Mate.
Oh, okay, a morning drink. Oh, okay, right.
No, morning pooper. Yeah, normally about 10 o'clock. It's basically my body's got into it now, so I'm part way through the day at work, and I think how better to pay to spend my time, get work to pay for me to have a poo.
Yeah, go for a sneaky little
And
squeeze.
it's a double saving as well, isn't it? Because I'm saving on bog roll, hand wash, everything.
You got it, sus, man. I don't know. I can't poop in the mornings. I'm not a morning pooper.
I, I used to get up, and the first thing that came to my head was, quite fancy a poo, but it's not so much now.
No.
Especially, it's not too bad at the moment because I know I'm not going anywhere. But I don't know if my body likes to save it up for work.
Oh, really? Maybe. Maybe it's
Yeah,
just like
I
your
think
body's way of. Don't know. It's your body
yeah.
clock. It's your poop clock.
Yeah, I did. Do you remember me telling you about the when I worked at a previous place, we had the Excel spreadsheet where you could put in various details and it would calculate how much the company had paid you to have that poo.
I think you told me about this, but I don't. I
Yeah.
seem to recall the name of the company. I'm not going to name drop, obviously, but it's
No,
a fairly reputable one. Um, but you could input it onto a spreadsheet.
Poo. Yeah,
Reputable,
yeah, basically, yeah,
reputable one.
reputable. Yeah, you put in the time of day, you change the format in, and you put in the time of day that you went, time of day that you came back, how many hours a week you work, and your salary, and it would calculate how much they paid you to poo for that time.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Is that on Google? Like, can you Google this?
Oh, you might be able to now. I mean, possibly. I don't know. It was Excel, so and I'm talking sort of 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, 12 years ago. So Excel wasn't all singing and dancing back then. But yeah,
I might have to check it
we
out.
do
I'm gonna
have
try
some
and go find
strange
it.
chats, Karen. Yes, we do.
We
We
do,
do.
but I mean, it's
Got,
it's what the show's about, really, isn't it?
got paid £7 for one once. It's brilliant.
£7 for a poo.
Yeah,
Hey, shit, damn,
literally.
fuck.
Yeah, yeah. But then equally, I one time I didn't do it, and I was in there for 45 minutes because I got sidetracked playing Football Manager on my phone, and
Well
nobody
bowled.
thought to come and look. Nobody thought to come and look for me. So God knows what was going on.
Just squeezing one out and
Oh
playing some
dear,
football
happy
manager. Fair
times.
play, fair play. Yes, we do have some strange conversations.
Times.
Oh, we are live. Oh, damn, shit. Sorry. I thought it was. I thought it was
Oh.
offline. Anyways, back on
Welcome to
subject.
number one. It's poos of the week. Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
episode one.
You have to change the name of the show to Down the Pooper.
Yes. Yeah, I mean you wouldn't poo in the Geordie.
No, definitely not. That's not a pooping pub. That one.
No, definitely not. Not classy.
No, definitely not. Neil, what are you drinking tonight, man? What's your poison of choice?
Well, Sean, I am on Budweiser because my beers have still not freaking turned up.
I was okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to, make a thing. I'm sorry. I feel bad now. Can I
No.
take that back?
I got an email. I got an email on Saturday from the Beer 52 people to say that they'd been notified that it had been damaged, so it wouldn't be delivered.
Oh shit!
They've not been, but I had two notifications from Hermes telling me that they were out for delivery. So God knows what they were up to because they didn't tell Beer
Fuck.
52 they were trying to deliver, and Hermes still haven't told me anything different. So yeah, absolutely
Bullshit.
ridiculous, bunch of clowns. So they need to get me a new batch out now, and yeah,
God damn it.
won't be using Hermes again.
No, definitely
I'll
not.
find somewhere else to buy my beers from.
I would. Yeah, that's for sure.
I've got the two containers downstairs, so maybe re-trips to to the Fat Cat.
Yeah, they're
Did I
doing
just see,
they're doing the cat flap,
Lauren?
aren't they? That's awesome.
They are indeed. Yeah, the Beehive's doing it as well now, so they're getting some of their funky beers in,
No
and
way,
they're doing the
shit,
collection. So yeah,
man. Yeah, I'm totally out of the loop on that. I see the cat flap on the way to work sometimes. I'm like, oh man, I'd have to grab a beer, but
yeah.
I'm on my way to work. I can't.
Well, we
Damn it.
went round. We went round to the other one because we deemed it as an essential journey, and we went round
Okay.
to Spraston Road one just because they got more selection.
Yeah, they're better. I'll give you that. They
Yeah,
are
but
better.
Hermes drank my beers. I bloody well did. I know.
Blatantly
Broke
did.
one, drank nine. Broke one,
Bastards.
drank nine. Scumbags. Probably at my peanuts that were in there as well while reading the magazine
Yeah,
that comes with
motherfuckers.
it.
That's all you wanted was a magazine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Hick Hermes.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I was only asking because
Anyway.
I decided to plumb for an Oakham Citra tonight.
Oh, nice. Cool. Anyway,
Little
so I'm on Bud.
little session IPA. You're on the Bud. Bud's a good choice. I was contemplating the Bud, but I drank quite a bit of it at the weekend, so I thought I'd go with something a bit more flavoursome.
Oakham breweries are quite nice as well. They're not bad at all.
No, so yeah, yeah, they're nice.
So what's this session one? What are we pumping out in a percentage on this session IPA?
This is a pathetic 4.6.
That's the same as the one the other day you had. They're not session IPAs.
Yeah, they are.
They're getting close. They're getting
Neil,
close to
Neil,
premium lager.
what does that say? Session IPA, mate.
Yeah, dirty liars, man. Session IPAs are like 3.5, where you just drink it all day and you get to,
Well, like melted
I don't
clippers.
know. Yeah, basically. No, because you drink those melted calippos during a mate, you'd be feeling it. You'd be sugared up to the eyeballs, but you would be off your tree come 8 o'clock.
So that's a bit of an in joke for those who don't know what a melted calippo is. Me and Neil went out on a bit of a drinking session for Christmas.
Well, we didn't, did we? We didn't go out on a drinking session. We were leaving. No, it was.
Oh yeah, we
earlier
were
than
leaving
that,
work.
It was when we were still working. Yeah, we were leaving work. It was when we were still working together, and we literally popped in for a drink, and then was like, "Oh, we'll have another one."
Yeah.
And then we ended up in. So we were saying earlier, Laura, about the Fat Cat. We ended up in the Fat Cat on the way home, and they had this. Sean had some bizarre. That's when you had the devil ale thing?
Oh, that was an Oakham brewery one. That was Green Devil. So nice.
Yes.
It was so nice, but
Started
Jesus
off on like
Christ.
a 6.5, 7% drink. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, mate?
Yeah.
And then got the ciders in. That it was lime and pineapple cider or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it just tasted like, you know, the
It-
lemon and lime calippos. It just tasted like one of them.
Yeah, it was
Amazing.
amazing. A pint of that lasted no more than 15 minutes.
Oh, it was just
It was like
dangerous,
It
man.
was like a palate cleanser, mate.
Dangerous. Seriously dangerous. Sorry, I'm getting confused by my microphone. My microphone's going off on its own little tangent, so I do apologise, guys, if I'm blowing your ears out. So Neil, tonight's show is a massive show for us. It is the conclusion of our ultimate goal of the Premier League era, which is round 4 for those who haven't been following so far. So what we've been doing so far is we've been running through 32 goals, which were selected by the 27 completed seasons of the Premier League, the goal of the season voted for as by the BBC. Plus, we had 3 viewer picks and 2 pundit picks. So me and Neil picked a goal each, and we also had 3 viewers pick goals who are regular viewers of the Down the Local show. So they all went into a pot. We drew them all out against each other. We've gone through 12 ties so far, so we're lifting up the last 4. So hello, the old man. So we've got the last 4 ties tonight, which we'll be asking you to vote on. Before we do that, we're going to have a quick chat about mine and Neil's favourite football boots from our time playing. What iconic boots we've seen during our time. And then after we've done the final round of these goals, we're going to carry out the quarter-final draw. So stick around to see the quarter-finals and see who will be facing off against each other.
Just looking at it as well, bizarrely, 4 of the 5 goals that were picked by us and viewers have gone through. Only 1 didn't go through.
Yeah, I think it just shows people know a good goal, don't they? Yeah, the people we've
Yeah,
got,
yeah.
we've managed to come up with some absolute crackers. So, and to be fair, I mean, looking at some of the ones that haven't been selected, um, it's quite amazing too. I mean, I was just thinking the other day about Michael Essien's goal against, was it Arsenal for
It's an
Chelsea?
absolute banger, yeah, for
Absolute
Chelsea,
banger,
outside of the boot.
and that's not even been mentioned, or
No.
brought up in any form. Like I say, there's so many fantastic goals, so many fantastic goals. So I mean, the guys who are here tonight, you're in for a treat. You're about to see 8 fantastic goals, and you'll also be seeing
Yeah.
who those goals are going to be faced off against in the next round.
Well, we're going to see 7 fantastic goals and a thump.
And a thump, yeah. We'll share our opinions on that when the goal comes up, because I think it's we're probably going to
Yes.
divide a few people's opinions by what we say. So
I think we will. Yeah.
just having a quick look at seeing what everyone's saying. Law is tipping his hat to the Oakums. Moisty, welcome. Pepsi Max Cherry and Don Poncho Rum. Good lad.
Oh, cool.
Man knows a drink.
Oh, that's Moisty, is it? I like that. Moisty was pointing out a minute ago that he likes a morning poop
Good man.
as well.
Man knows.
Yeah, he joined in just in time to get in on the pooping.
Man knows. And it's good to have the old man here, George. Welcome back. Guys, we're we've got a big show tonight. Big show. Neil, I have to say, I like your t-shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Sean. And hold on, make sure I get the right
Get the right size. I know that
there we
size.
go. Yeah, don't look suspicious this time.
Kiss the badge.
So yeah, turned up a hell of a lot quicker than yours did as well.
It did, you bastard. I was so jealous about that.
Yeah, I know.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
It wasn't delivered by My Hermes, was it, by any chance?
God, no. It turned up. It was it was with Royal Mail. I think they shoved it through the door at the same time as some of the bits and pieces. Yeah, I was happy when that rocked up. I wasn't expecting it. I sort of picked it up, and because you said yours took about 3 weeks, and it came through, and I was thinking, I don't remember ordering another t-shirt. You can feel by the package that's come from. I don't remember ordering another t-shirt.
Yeah.
I opened it up, and I was like, oh,
hey, winning.
Like that.
Perfect on a Monday as well. Yeah, perfectly in time. Loving that. Mine arrived on Thursday as well.
It was
last week. So
yeah, yours did, didn't it? Yeah. And also, what I've done, Karen, as well, is I put it on a little bit earlier to hang the creases out because I couldn't be bothered to iron it.
Fair play. I like that.
I had stuff to do. I had to make dinner and that kind of thing, man.
It's such a manly thing to do. I love that. So I've got some football boots up on the screen.
Have you?
I managed to collect some pictures earlier on, and I'm gonna leave them up on the screen, Neil. And I know you kindly picked out 4 pairs of boots, which have some kind of story or some kind of meaning to you, or heighten some of your love for football. So when you see this pair of boots, Neil, what sparks to mind?
So they're not the boots I got.
They're slightly different.
But they are as near as I could get as an image. Okay, so the ones I had weren't multi-ground. They were solid stud, but they were gold lottos.
Were they Cafus?
They weren't the Cafus, no.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't have bought the Cafu ones.
Why not?
Just because someone might have tried to right back or something stupid. So
I think it's pretty ballsy for a right back to have gold boots, though.
If you're Cafu, it's not, is it?
No.
I think Cafu, there's only a few players that could have got away with. Cafu definitely one of them. But yeah, so I remember I was playing for South Reading, and I remember going out into town in the morning and being in a sport or something like that. I mean, we're going back 20 years. Being in Intersport or something like that, and they had these gold lotto boots in there, and I was like, they look pretty epic. I had all my football gear with me. I was going straight to the game. It was on my way back home, going straight to the game, and bought these boots. And I was like, these look sweet.
Yeah.
I played because I'd been working for Abbey National, so I'd been working most Saturdays prior, so I'd not been playing Saturdays.
Okay.
And got to the game, and I think I ended up that season. I only played the last 5 games.
Oh.
What? What?
George is just okay. Thank you, George. Thank you very much for the 2,000 bits. But
Oh,
that now,
that's your Ibrahimovic shirt, is it?
yeah.
Oh, George, you legend! Oh, Sean, oh, the pain.
You prick. You prick. Yeah, okay, I'll order it. I'll order it live so you know that I have, alright.
Are
Thank
you
you, George.
getting it on
Thank
a?
you very
Are you
much for
getting
the
it on a
2,000
Man U
bits.
shirt? Are you getting it on a Man U shirt or a Juve one? Which one are you going to disfigure most?
I don't know. Do you reckon we could even get a Juve shirt? Okay, sorry.
Not delivered, probably at the moment.
No, not at the
Anyway,
minute.
yeah.
Um, no, genuinely, thank you for the bits, George, because I know I know that's a bit of a prick thing to do by making me wear an Ibrahimovic shirt, but a Milan shirt. But I'm a Juve fan. I've got a Juve tattoo. Can't quite see
Yeah.
it. That's the
I mean,
Bull of
George,
Turin. I couldn't, man. I couldn't do that.
yeah, and equally, George, you've got to make him deface one of the. He's played for the two teams that Sean supports. You've got to make him deface one of those kids.
I mean, no matter what, I'm going to look like a fucking tit in a football shirt. And to be
Yeah.
fair, like the old. Let's see if I can find a Juve. Okay. But in all fairness, George, yeah, you paid for the fucking thing, so if it ends up being a Milan one, then it'll be a Milan one. But I really don't want to wear a Milan one. Oh, what? Juventus rare retro home jersey in medium is. Someone's crop topped it. It looks like they've cut the bottom off.
Yeah, that's the one you want, mate.
To be fair, it's pretty hard to find a Juve one.
Little crop.
I'm struggling to find a Juve one.
To be fair, you'll probably be able to get a Man U shirt from a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah,
Sports Direct will probably have a job lot of them. Yeah.
Oh, I could get one out of a bargain bin somewhere. Yeah. That's where it belongs. Hang on a minute. Hang on. No. Okay. Sorry. Anyways. No, dude, you've shown a hell of a bit of support there. So, guys, anyone that didn't know, me and George made a pact that if I got donated 2,000 bits, I would buy a Zlatan Ibrahimovic shirt and wear it for one of my drum streams, and I'll also hang it up behind me where my Higgins shirt is for the future shows. So, I know, Coop, but if I burnt it, then I wouldn't be able to fulfil my promise. So, unless I burnt it live, but I don't want to set fire to my house.
Yeah, burn it live after. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, Neil. You picked up these pair of boots. You was working at Abbey National at the time, and you thought that they were the mutts nuts.
No, I'd left there. Yeah, I'd left there, which is why I was unable to play on Saturdays.
Okay.
I saw these boots, and I was like, I'd been scoring goals on Sundays, and I'd scored a couple. I picked up 4 in the first 3 games for South Reading, and I picked up these boots, and I was like, yeah, these are pretty sweet. I went and played. And my old man, I remember my old man coming and watching, and I'll be honest, it was possibly one of the worst games I'd ever had.
Really?
I touched the ball 7 or 8 times in the game.
Eek.
But scored a hat-trick in the first half.
Oh shit.
And at half time, I went and put on these gold boots like an absolute chavvy dick.
That's ridiculous.
The blisters that they built up was unreal. Really? And I could barely walk. By the end of the game, I could barely walk. And someone said, why didn't you just go and change and put your other boots back on? Because it didn't matter what I put on. The blisters were there by then.
Yeah,
I could feel them growing. I was like, oh, absolutely awful. And I just remember my old man turning around and going, what happened to you? You were crap in the second half. Shit boots, mate.
Yeah, but you're wearing golden boots.
Mate, we were playing a team who were top of the league as well. So I felt like an absolute dick by the end of it. Walking around almost like I crap myself going back. I felt like a proper Gary Lineker, mate. I went back, and then I didn't wear the boots again while I played in Reading, but for some reason, when I moved up to Norwich, they were in a box of stuff. And I remember wearing them a couple of times up here. And then one of the guys, and they were awful, mate. They were proper cheap boots. They weren't expensive ones. They were like 20 quid, but they were gold lotto, so you run with it, don't you?
Well, yeah, you do, don't you?
And one of the guys I played with one game turned up and he didn't have his boots and he wore them and he was like, "Oh, these are amazing." So, mate, you can have them.
Yeah, keep them.
I just handed them over. There you go, son. You have them. And I think he wore them once more, and he said, "They're not that good, are they? They're really uncomfortable." I was like,
yeah, they're
shit.
shit.
You want them back? No,
nah.
I don't want them back. They're rubbish, mate.
Okay, I'm struggling to find a shirt, but I'm gonna. I promise I'll find one. I'll find one before the end of the show. Okay, so we'll move on to the next pair of boots, Neil. What can you say about these beauties?
Oh, mate.
Now these bring back some serious memories for me. Some serious memories.
Yeah. Are you able to put the video up?
I can't put the video up. I can't put the video
up.
up. No, sorry.
I mean that was a full-on ceremonial goodbye. It was a tearjerker.
Yeah, that must have hurt, man.
Yeah, I love these boots so much, guys, that I filmed them going into the bin. And I'll be honest, there wasn't much of the boot left.
No, you can see it in the video, they were falling apart.
They were amazing. They were, mate, as well. They were so. I bought them, and they were so cheap. I think I paid like 19 quid for them, and they were going to be a filling boot because the ground was quite hard, and I'd been struggling in the boots I had. I had some Preds at the time, so the ground was quite hard.
Yeah.
And these were going to be filling multi-grounds, and they ended up. I wore them for everything.
Yeah. They're amazing. I had a pair up until, I think I said to you actually when you sent me the video, I had a pair up until, just before I broke my leg. Well, when I broke my leg, I gave away all my football stuff and I gave away a pair of these. And they were in really good nick. They weren't that badly scuffed up. I think like you, I acquired them because I had a pair of Mercurials, Nike Mercurials, and these were kind of my other pair of boots when, the ground was a bit hard. And they're amazing. I'd love to get them back. Such a fantastic pair of boots.
They were so comfortable. The strike area on the ball was amazing as well. The laces going down the side. Yeah. Proper, really good fit, really comfy because they were the Air Zoom as well, weren't they? So really comfortable to run in and things like that. I've gained another shirt. No, it's only one other shirt.
Yeah.
Right. It's I found the Juve one about 3 weeks ago, and that
That's
went
a
up.
legendary shirt.
That one, because Sean's got his. Yeah, because Sean's got his with his name on it. I thought I'd go with find the one that had mine on it.
Like it.
And yeah, it was.
I've got a cock-nosed one to get to.
The first. Yeah, it was the first time I properly played up here, and I played in some City Traders 5-a-side tournament, and that was what we wore, and it was good. It was happy times.
Yeah,
it still fits me somehow as well. So I mean, it's snug. Don't get me. It's snug, but I can still get it on.
All of these shirts are snug on me, mate. I mean, look at the state of this one. It makes me look like I've got pecs. So.
Yeah, mine doesn't flatter me that much, mate.
What were the custom ones that I got you? They were the new Adidas Preds. I haven't got a picture of those, unfortunately. Okay, so Neil, you mentioned Preds. Are these the Preds that you owned?
Yeah, I went with the full white ones, mate. So, it was 2001, I think. So it was just before I moved up to Norfolk. So it's when I finished playing for a period of time. I think I played sporadically when I moved back to Reading for a little bit. But yeah, these were the final boots I had playing properly. Yeah. And I said I bought some gold lottos, and I felt like a dick. I didn't feel like a dick wearing white and silver Adidas Preds, though.
No. I've had some garish boots over the time myself, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, the other boots that will come up in a minute. These were the total 90s for how much I paid, for how comfortable they were, everything else. Overall, probably were the best boots. Yeah. But I would say those were absolutely amazing.
Mm.
From a comfort point of view, from a styling. I mean, the kit we had was white and blue. No, sorry,
Oh,
white
really?
and red. White
Oh,
and red. So
yeah.
it
Oh,
was
okay.
white, red shorts, white top, red trim. Um, yeah, so it works beautifully with them as well.
Yeah.
So I look proper colour coordinated. It was
How
absolutely
much
loved them.
do you
But
think that that made a difference when you walked onto a football pitch, having a pair of boots that you felt matched your kit? Did you ever feel like that gave you that
oh,
extra bit
not
of like confidence, or
nah, not at all, mate.
no? Okay,
I was
fair enough.
yeah. Um, I think it made other people more aware of
Mm.
you than it made me,
Really? Okay.
because once I put the boots on, I didn't really see him again.
No.
So no, I'm very conscious that I'm not constantly looking down at my feet when I play.
Yeah.
So I don't really see the boots again until I'm wheezing with my hands on my hips, doubled over.
No, but I
Um,
think like
and
I mean I spoke about this many a times because I always used to. I mean, at one point, believe it or not, I was getting my hair cut every fortnight, just purely because like, I always felt like image was something that gave me that extra 5-10% on a football
yeah,
pitch. And if you looked like a
okay,
player that was, tricky or quick or whatever or skillful, if you just looked
yeah.
it, then it gave you that extra 5% over someone. And I was always looking for that little bit. So I just,
I learned very
yeah,
quickly as a younger, wearing flashy boots tended to give people the opportunity to kick me more. It was another thing, which is why
mm,
when I was playing up here for a little while, um, and I wore knee support, and I find people would target the knee, so I stopped
yeah,
wearing
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. I was going to say,
And
yeah,
you know, and it was the same with the boots a little bit. So for a period of time, you tone down the boots just to try and avoid getting a boot in, just because of that.
yeah.
But you say about image, I spent so the boots that will come up in a minute.
Let's bring them up now.
I had these. Yeah. So the second edition Mercurials. So again, the original R9 ones were the silver and blue ones, which I thought were too garish, but then I bought some gold lights. Um, but I got these ones. I paid 110 quid for them, and I wore them for 6 games.
Really?
3 games at the end of one season, 3 games at the start of the next season, and they split.
Oh shit!
So I had them for 6 months, and they split. And that's
Fuck.
when I then went and got. I then went and got the Preds,
Mm.
and I had the gold lottos, and then I had something else. But I spent nigh on 400 quid on
Ooh,
4 pairs of football boots in the space of 2 years,
fucking hell!
and
Ouch.
it was nothing to do. And I don't really think it was anything to do with image. I just thought I wanted to. Yeah, I suppose indirectly. I suppose it was because I wanted to have the best. I wanted to
Yeah,
be the best. I wanted to be the best player on the pitch,
yeah, yeah.
and in my head, I thought part of that was having one of the best pairs of boots on the pitch. So yeah,
I'll
maybe
go
there
with that.
was an image thing on it. Yeah, I didn't think about it at the time. That's not what I
No, this wasn't what
yeah,
you was
I
looking
didn't
to
think
achieve, but as you
about it
say,
at
like
the
looking
time.
back, it was
No,
it was just that it's all
yeah,
those little things that collect towards being the best player.
subconsciously,
I
yeah,
think on the football pitch, and that's
yeah,
why I always said like I always wanted to have like not necessarily the best haircut on the football pitch, but I wanted to have a haircut that made me stand out. So that, as you say, if there was someone
yeah,
watching the game, they just can't help but watch you more than any other player because you stand out. And I always wanted to stand out. I always wanted to be that
yeah.
player that I don't know, subconsciously tried to lead the game. You know.
I wanted to stand out to anyone watching.
Mm.
I didn't want to necessarily stand out to anyone on the pitch.
Yeah, yeah. Which, as you say,
So
because of that,
yeah,
for that, same reason. Law said maybe that was Zlatan's mistake. Never cut his hair enough. I couldn't agree more. Big nose cock. So,
yeah,
um,
stupid top knot.
get my pair of scissors and snip it off.
Yeah.
Guys, anyone in the chat? What are your favourite pair of football boots? What pair of boots can you remember wearing, or you religiously saved up to buy? I saw Coop pop up with his silver Mercurial Vapor R9s. which is going to bring me on to mine in a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah,
See, and I can imagine back in the day, Coop had those because Coop didn't give a fuck.
no,
Essentially, Coop would have those, and if he stood out, he stood out. Coop went with some crazy ass haircuts, but he
yeah,
didn't care,
no, but that was and that was kind of like my thing.
and
I didn't care.
it's a good thing.
Yeah, no, as I say, I think
Yeah.
it sometimes just gives you that extra 10% on a football pitch, and if that 10% means an assist, a key pass, or a goal, I'll do it all day long. So, sorry, George, I didn't mean to upset you by the top knot comment. So, I love you really, love you long time. So,
No, but George, that's good because you used to have a top knot.
yeah,
You don't anymore.
good lad, man knows,
Progress, mate, progress.
So, the boots we've got on screen are the Adidas first edition F50s. I remember seeing Lionel Messi wear these boots. And straight away, I just loved the colour of them. I always had a thing for yellow boots. Don't ask me why, but me and a good friend of mine, Theo, who I used to play football with, I remember both of us just looking at football boots and saying that there was just something about the colour yellow. We always liked yellow boots, bizarrely. Don't ask me how, what, and why, but I remember the very first time I started playing 11-a-side, at kind of adult level, I brought myself a pair of these, the leather ones. I thought that leather would give me a better touch. It'd be softer. It'd be give me more feel over the ball than the synthetic ones. I later, after having these for about 6 months, decided to get the synthetic ones because they're so much easier to clean. Whereas in these, they used to wrinkle up and shrink. No matter how hard you tried to stop it, and feed them with leather food and things like that, they just went all horrible.
You end up with a pixie foot.
Yeah, and toes like that. Yeah, so I had to I had to quickly dispose of those. But I remember the very first game I wore these in, a competitive game. We lost 3-0. I had a penalty saved about 20 minutes into the game, and it's the only penalty where I change my mind on the run up. And I say to anyone who takes a penalty, make your mind up before you before you even think about taking the penalty, and just stick it exactly where you made your mind up. But I remember I was going to go to my right, the keeper's left, and just as I started running up, I decided to change and go to the bottom left, and the keeper saved it. And ever since then, I've always gone bottom right, and I've never changed my mind. And I've only ever missed one penalty since then. I've taken quite a few. So yeah, I remember that in. This wasn't the game that I scored a header in, don't worry. But I then, when we conceded the third goal at the kickoff, I decided to have a shot directly from the kickoff, and I hit the crossbar from the halfway line. So I was quite proud of that. The next pair of boots, once again, a yellow pair. Surprise, told you there's a theme. But
total 90s.
Yeah, I never owned these boots, but Theo owned them. And I was so envious. I couldn't afford boots at the time, but he had them, and I always wanted those boots. Because they done the green pair. I think after they'd done these, they'd done the green pair with the red stripe bits, and I ended up buying those.
Yeah.
But I always wanted these, and I couldn't get the money together quick enough to get them before they were discontinued, so I didn't get them. I loved the red lining on the inside as well. I just thought that they were a stunning pair of boots. As you say, the trademark 90s side laces as well, so you had that lovely strike zone. And my mate Theo, he could hit a ball harder than I think I've ever seen anyone hit a ball. He had such a way of striking the ball, and I used to watch him hitting the ball with these boots on and going, man, like I wish I could like punch a shot just the way that he does. But I don't know, I just didn't have the leg strength. I was more of a stroker than a puncher. So which that's got nothing to do with my habits in bed, I'll have you know.
No, definitely a puncher.
But then moving on to the iconic pair of boots, the gold R90s, which was only the second pair of boots I think I ever owned. I had them with the hard ground on them, so I didn't used to wear them all that much. But I had a pair of size 11s. Can you believe that? I wear size 8s now. I had a pair of 11s. This was back when I was in school.
Why?
Because that's what fitted. With the football socks on. I was wearing like size 9, size 10 shoes. give or take.
Hmm.
But I ended up getting a size 11 in these because that's what felt comfortable. Um,
Yeah.
I wore them a handful of times at school, but at school I used to get bullied quite a lot, and I didn't play football too much. So a friend of mine ended up wearing them, and I remember
Yeah.
we won a football tournament when I was 17, and he was wearing those boots, and I always remember him playing this silky defence splitting pass through about three people, wearing those boots. Just a picture in my head, just one of those memories. But they were a fantastic pair of boots. I ended up buying a pair of AstroTurf boots, the exact same models, to when I very
Yeah.
first started playing five-a-side, and absolutely loved them. The day that they fell apart, I was heartbroken. A bit like you in the T90s, I was gutted, absolutely gutted. And I'd love to own another pair of them one day if they ever remake them,
Yeah.
because they were stunning,
Yeah.
absolutely stunning.
Yeah. I'm just looking down the chat. Can you just flick the chat to the multi-stream again? I'm
Yeah, of course, mate.
straining my eyes. So
Sure.
cheers. I just saw in there was a great shout from Grant about old school shoes.
Mm.
The best thing to thump a ball hard.
Oh yeah. Do you know what?
Yeah.
There was a pair of boots, and I'll Google them while we're on here. You won't see my shocking search history. Don't worry.
We can.
There used to be a.
We can see your Google search.
There's no Pornhub on there, asshole. I'm not fucking Tim Closer. But there used to be. They never made them, and I remember this was a thing at school. Is Nike were going to make a pair of boots called the Hog. I don't know if you ever heard about it, but they
They're the
had
ones with the flat front.
yeah, they had like a flat toe on them,
Yeah.
and they were supposed to be awesome for toe poking, and they were designed really to get loads of whip and curl on the ball,
Yeah.
but they were so fucking ugly they called them the Hog,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. They did.
can't
They
find
never
them.
got beyond sort of a pre
Yeah, design phase sort of thing. So,
design stage. Yeah.
but I think someone has made them because I seem to recall seeing someone that had like a great big plastic wedge on the end almost. That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah. I remember seeing them,
Mm.
but I was under the impression that they were never released and they were done as like a not a hoax, but
Yeah,
they yeah, they were only aimed at certain positions or certain players. So
yeah,
they said they wouldn't have enough of a market going on.
yeah. They looked a bit like that.
Yeah, Reebok, Ryan Giggs, Daniel Bush. Oh, Bushy's in the room.
Oh,
Good
Bushy,
work.
do you know what? The silver and blue ones, I was gonna try and I could not find a picture of those, but I remember buying those, and they were the sickest boots. They were sick, Dan. They were sick. I'm glad you mentioned that because I was going to come on to that, and I couldn't find a picture of them. I looked everywhere to try and find them, and I couldn't find it. But
So those are an extension of the boot, aren't they? They're not actually part of the boot.
what
The
those
ones
that
that you just pulled up.
they are part of the boot.
Are they? They look as though they've been stuck on the end of a pair of boots. It
They
looks like a
yeah, I know
rubber
they look
sticker.
like it, but no, that's
Freaking awful.
yeah, they're ugly as sin, aren't they?
Hmm. Yeah.
Can you imagine turning up?
The best boots that
You know, we were saying about image and everything. Imagine turning up to a game wearing a pair of those. You get the piss taken out of you.
yeah, yeah. The best boots I ever wore, but I never owned, were Adidas Copper Mundials.
Oh, yeah. I really want a pair of
Borrowed a
them.
friend's pair for a game. I went to watch one of my mates play, and they were short, and he had a spare pair, and it was pissing down with rain. So he had his World Cups on, and he
Mm,
gave me these Mundials. Man, I could barely stand up. I was all over the shop, but the
yeah.
boots were freaking glorious.
Yeah, no,
Every time the ball, much like now, every time the ball came to me, so long as I didn't have to go too far,
yeah.
it was fine.
It
But
was
if I
yeah,
tried to run anywhere, I just literally feet sliding, and I was all over the
like
place.
I have magnets
But
on it, but
oh,
yeah,
they were
because
gorgeous.
what's
Yeah.
the Nike equivalent? They do Tiempos. Is it Tiempos?
It's the Tiempos, which are the total. You get the Tiempos.
Yeah,
You had the Puma Kings.
Puma Kings. I
You
know is the other
had
one.
Puma King. What? You had Umbro Speciales,
But I
which I
know
think
that
Moisty mentioned earlier.
yeah, Copa Mundials are the ones that everyone just mentions.
Yeah,
Everyone comes back to the Copa Mundials, and they would just. Well, I'd love to own. I still want to own a pair of them. I'm contemplating maybe for next season getting a pair. But it's either that
yeah,
or the new. I'm thinking about getting the Nike Phantom Vision 2s. They look really, really nice.
right.
Really, really nice. But so I'm contemplating either one of those at the minute, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Izzy wants to come to more games next season, and she asked
Yeah,
me to get her a pair of boots.
yeah, do
So
it.
she's got these. No, I've already got them. So she's got.
Oh, check them out. Little pair of bad boys they are.
Yeah.
They the
Yeah.
Superflies? They Superflies those?
No, they're not. There's some kind of copy,
No, I haven't got a picture.
but
Sorry.
I don't know. She picked them. We got
Nice.
them.
Like
I
it.
then told her we got them, and she went,
Eh.
"Okay, fair enough."
Glad to know you're excited,
So,
girl.
yeah, good stuff. You wanted these things, I bought them. Cheers, thanks a lot, love.
Cool. Any other boots that people can think of? Man, I'm so glad that Dan's popped up with those boots. Yeah, as I say, I remember having those. They were awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome pair of boots.
there's been a few shouts boots going on in there.
Yeah.
Moisty said the Umbro Speciales were amazing. The
Yeah.
amount of predators. I remember majority of people are going to be too young for it, but the first ever predators that came out that
Yeah.
had the rubber all the way around the boot for the '94 World Cup. And I
Yeah, I
remember
don't know them.
German guy who was absolutely cultured midfielder, Thomas Hassler,
Hmm.
quality player, and he wore the boots for the World Cup. And I've never seen a guy so good from dead balls shank so many corners,
Really?
so many free kicks. And he came off and he said boots were atrocious. He said you couldn't get the right amount of power and precision on them. Adidas discontinued them within about a month, 2 months of the World
Really?
Cup, and then redone them where they had the slightly flatter grooves on the front, got rid of all of the crap rubber around the back.
Yeah.
So all these people that had got well excited, gone out and bought them. They were the ones that first came out, and they were in the shops in a little cage.
Okay.
Um,
Can't quite
and
remember.
yeah, well, we're talking '94. So they were released for the World Cup, and I think they were maybe out for a year at most. So all these kids that went and bought them, and they
Oh yeah.
discontinued them because he said they were shit.
Rixie, were those
Brilliant.
the like orange and silver ones? The Euro Special Nike boots? And then they remade them, didn't they? Like 10 years later. How about the Preds Bex had with Dragon design them? Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Hey, don't knock the dragon design. I got no, mine's lions on my Umbro ones.
I'm pretty sure I've got a picture somewhere on Face Ache of my boots. I'm trying to find them. I will find them. I will find them. But we'll start to move on to the draw. We'll start to move on to the face-offs with the goals.
Yes.
In a moment, I think we've got some pretty sick goals again, like we always do. Is there any particular face-off that you're looking forward to tonight, Neil?
Do you know what? I think standard is the last one. It seems to be the
Another
last
headliner.
one is always the hardest one. Yeah, it's the hardest one to call. I
Yeah,
think. I think there's the two in the middle are they're both really good goals.
yeah,
It'll be interesting to see which comes out because they're both so different as well.
yeah.
I think before we even do the first one, it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I think so.
um,
But then having said that, I don't know. I could see that going a different way.
can you?
Yeah, just because I think the goal
Yeah,
that it faces off against, like people rate it really highly when
they
me and you don't
do.
rate it, do we?
Not even the best goal he scored that season, which is
No.
ridiculous. Why it was there, but yeah, cool. We follow the shout of the BBC, and then this is what happens when they open it up to the masses.
This is what happens. Yeah, exactly. Just like Jackie
Yeah,
Wilshere winning that one. But having said that, I don't know.
yeah,
You know, that was a good goal. I think it's a bit unfair that it kind of gets discredited because it was a very good goal amongst some amazing goals that season. That it won it
yeah.
because people rallied behind it. But you know,
And it was right behind, and it was right on the last day of the season, so it was the most memorable at that point. Still
yeah,
got beat by Latis, didn't it? So it's all good.
yeah, happy days, happy days. So I can't find the picture of the boots that I wanted to show you. So not to worry. Is everyone ready for the first face-off?
Do we want to do a quick rundown of the goals?
If you'd be so kind, Neil.
I would be so kind, so kind.
You're a good lad.
First head to head, we have Ryan Giggs for Manchester United against Arsenal. We have against Tony Yeboah for Leeds versus Wimbledon. We then have Emre Can for Liverpool versus West Ham. And we have Dele Alli for Tottenham versus Palace. We then have Paulo Di Canio for West Ham versus Wimbledon, because Wimbledon seem to concede a hell of a lot of goals.
A lot.
Against Jack Wilshere for Arsenal versus Norwich. And then we have Steven Gerrard for Liverpool versus West Ham in the FA Cup final versus Sean Bartlett for Charlton versus Leicester.
Which, if you haven't seen it, is a hell of a goal. It was one of the ones that when I saw it get pulled out in the draw, I couldn't quite remember it, and I thought, Sean Bartlett scoring a goal a season? Really? And then I see it, and I'm like, I get it.
I can't imagine many people remember Sean Bartlett, to be fair, mate.
No, I don't. I mean,
and the fact that Charlton were in the Prem's a shock as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea of how forgettable it can be, I suppose, for some of these goals. But so it's certainly a blast in the past, and it's been the best bit about doing this. I don't know what you think, but getting to see all these goals again, it's such a... It brings back some memories, but it also just...
Very nostalgic.
Yeah, it's some absolute bangers in there. Absolute bangers. Okay, is everyone ready to see our first two goals of the evening? I'm assuming you are. Everyone seemed to be ready.
Do not put your votes in, guys, until you've seen both goals.
Yeah, so just to talk you through those that haven't joined us before for the 3 other rounds, is we're going to show you both goals. We're going to show you one. We'll show it once or twice, and we'll show the next one once or twice, and then we'll ask you to cast your votes on which one you prefer. If you can't remember names of either of them, just put the first goal or the second goal. If you remember names help us because it's easier to tally up. But if you could get your votes in once you've seen the two goals, and then what we'll do is while you're getting your votes in, me and Neil will just have a quick look back on both of them, so we give you plenty of time to get your votes in. So if you're unsure, we usually like to have a look back and see what we think makes it a good goal, what makes it a poor goal, whilst you're thinking, and hopefully that may help you make your mind up, okay? So let's do this. So the first goal we're going to see is Ryan Giggs' FA Cup goal against Arsenal. I've got a funny story to tell you about this goal.
Is that running smoothly your end? Because it's very jumpy.
Guys in the chat, are you seeing it okay?
See.
Seems to be fine on my end. So we'll just replay it again. You'll see it from a couple of different angles. And then we'll show you our next goal. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you, lads. Yeah, it's coming through okay.
Cool.
Other guys on Facebook, are you seeing it all okay? Everything all right?
Just watch it on my phone then.
Probably not a bad shout. Okay, so that'll be the last angle, and then we'll show you the next goal. So that goal goes up against this goal by Tony Yeboah. And once again, it will just show it a couple more times.
Poor defending, Grant. What, by Arsenal or by Wimbledon?
Arsenal, I think.
But that's the standard. You didn't need to make that shout.
Okay. Boys and girls, they're the two goals we're going to ask you to choose which is your favourite. Okay? So once again, me and Neil are just going to have a look back on them and give you our opinions on them. and then you whilst you consider your votes where you want to go, but guys, if you could just put Giggs or Yeboah in the chat for which goal you want to go through. Okay, Neil. Ryan Giggs' goal.
Yeah.
What could be said about this goal?
I'm kind of in agreement a little bit. I think it's not great defending, but then I'm looking at it again and I'm thinking, well, I don't know what more they could have done. Yeah. Arsenal had a corner, didn't they? It's broken out from a corner, so there's a lot of people pushed forward. Because hadn't Bergkamp just missed a penalty a few minutes before?
I think that was a fair few minutes before. I mean, the ball is. If we take it back to the beginning, I don't think this is from the corner, but you can see here Vieira's got the ball in the middle of the pitch here.
Yeah.
You got Petit up
right,
here.
Okay, yeah.
But when Giggs picks the ball up, and you can see he's running here. I mean, it's not really. He's got space to run into, but you've got runners up here. You've got Scholesy breaking from midfield. You know, it's really a counter attack. That a half tackle comes in there, which really. I don't think it's any more than just to say, like, look, you know, I don't think he's making a mistake there by not really putting in a crunching tackle and bringing Giggsy down. Defence looks pretty well here. You can see the centre backs picking up. I think that's Andy Cole or Dwight York. Can't quite see because of the shitty resolution, but you got. I think the defence is set up pretty well as it plays on. Now here, go on. Sorry.
I think part of the issue as well, then it was still a case. Now, if you get sent off in an FA Cup game, that rolls across to the league. At the time, it was, if you were sent off, you were banned from the next round of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And being the semi-final, I think people are looking at this as the last minute of extra time.
Mm.
If you take him out and get yourself sent off, you're missing the final. And when you're the midfielder coming back, Giggs has still got so much to do. You don't want to run that risk.
No, especially after Roy Keane got sent off earlier in the game for 2-0 tackles, really.
Yeah, where's the point in taking him out? He's got so much to do. But then it's when you get to here, and I think Martin Keown tries to nail him and just gets it all wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first and foremost, the defender's doing a great job here of trying to get him to go down the line, go away from goal.
Yeah.
That's where you want your fullback. To go into that space there, that should be meat and drink for a centre back. So he's shaped up perfectly here. Yeah. You've got a centre back coming in, you've got another one covering. So this here is set up perfect when it comes to defence.
And you can't have them any closer together.
No,
really. If they're any closer together, they're touching each other.
Yeah. So as it plays on, and at that point, Giggs has still got a hell of a lot to do. Paul Scholes has made this run into the box here, so he's been tracked by the other fullback. You've got a centre back here stopping that ball across there. Everything's still pretty tight. Unfortunately, Giggs has got the run on. I don't know if it's Dixon or Keown, I'm not sure, but he managed to shrug him off with his strength. And you can see Scholes is here at the back post. He's got to tap in, but it's the finish. To smash it into the roof there.
High. Yeah. And so it's against arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the world at the time.
Yeah. So to pick the ball up in your own half, one tackle, inside, outside, right foot, left foot, inside, outside, take them on and then drill it past Seaman like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, to tell you a little story about this, and if you just watch, when the ball hits the back of the net, watch Paul Scholes, him here. So he sees Giggs taking his shirt off, and Scholesy starts doing the same. He starts going to do the same celebration, takes his top off, and it's on the class of '92. And he says, "I look back and I think, what the fuck was I doing?" He goes, "I just got wrapped up in the heat of the goal." He goes, "I went to go take my shirt off and celebrate as well." Yeah, it tickles me that every time I watch it. I always watch Scholesy in the middle there. Okay, so we've had a few people saying about Yeboah is one of the most memorable goals in their opinion. Now, me and Neil feel very strongly that, as I say, this is not his best goal of the season.
No, it's better than I remember it.
Yeah.
It is definitely better than I remember it. Mm-hmm. I don't remember his sidestep of the defender originally. I remember him bringing it down on his chest and then on his knee.
Yeah.
but I don't remember the sidestep to then hit the shot.
Yeah.
But it's a banger of a shot. But it doesn't have the technical brilliance to the same level as the Giggs goal. And also, when you're bearing in mind it's in the 119th minute of an FA Cup semi-final when you're down to 10 men, it doesn't have that importance of a goal either. No. And I think that's the problem. I think it's when you're comparing from a personal point of view, when you're comparing the two, the Giggs goal meant so much more. But the Yeboah goal is still a very, very good goal. I think personally, if you've not seen it, guys, watch the Tony Yeboah versus Liverpool. It was the goal he scored the week or 2 weeks before this one, and I think it's a better goal.
Yeah, a lot better goal. Yeah,
it's against a better goalkeeper. It's this is Wimbledon, a Wimbledon team in free fall with a guy called Paul Heald in goal, who was the backup keeper at the time. It's a great goal, but it's a great goal against a pretty crap team.
No, I think that Glenn Johnson got a bit of a bashing when we done the face-off with him, and I can't remember who the other day, and everyone said that he didn't mean it. It was just a spank. He had nothing else to do, and everyone voted for Company. And fair enough, I don't know if it was a better goal, but this here is no different. Now you're telling me he means this touch here. That one where it ricochets off his knee. You're telling me he means that? Never.
No, he's running on to that and it hits him.
Yeah. He is left with no other option here to have the shot. He's left with no other option. Yeah. And why is he left with no other option? Because it's poor control. It's awful control. It's poor technique. It's lucky. And all he can do really is spank it. In fact, I'd say the Glenn Johnson goal was a much more measured goal than this. I think the only thing that makes it look good is the fact it's just rocketed into the back of the net.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. I don't think you can look at that goal and say there's any great technique in there. I think it's a slice of good fortune, and that's it.
And a rocket of a shot, which we knew he had.
Yeah. Well, he always had. Yeah, that was Yeboah. He could punch a ball, like we was saying earlier. But here, look, just goes to sidestep it, and he gets lucky. It comes off his knee, and it takes it that extra yard in front of him, and all he's got to do is just wang it. That's all he can do. It's a hell of a wang.
Yeah. And against Wimbledon, at that point in time, you just had to get it on target.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So, yeah, they might as well had a Colander in goal. Okay, so let's have a look and see where we're at. Giggsy hands down. Giggs. 2-0 Giggs. Yeboah hands and feet down. Giggs. Yeboah.
It's 1-5-4.
Yeah, we've got a Yeboah win at the minute, 5-4. Is there anyone that is hell of a wang? Anyone that hasn't voted and wants to get their vote in now?
Dublin. He's no Dion Dublin.
No comment, Neil. Swiftly moving on. Anyone that's not got their votes in that wants to get their votes in now? Unsure. Anyone need a bit more time, or are we saying it's a 5-4 win for Yeboah? Any more for any more? Steady on now. Steady on. Don't get us kicked off Twitch. Looks like, Neil, we got a Yeboah win there, mate.
Bloody hell.
So that's probably the first time that it's gone against the grain, really. Since we've been doing this. I really thought that Giggs goal would really be there I reckon that would make it certainly at least to the semi-finals. So did that one goal of the best goal of the last 25 years, didn't it, from the BBC? Or something silly like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, something silly.
It may have won something, yeah.
Yeah. I seem to recall it.
Something
Anyways,
along those lines.
It's not going to be winning the DTL-FC ultimate goal of the Premier League area. We can say that much.
Exactly. What a match of the day, no.
Yeah, bunch of
Fans.
wankers. So, guys and girls.
People like Jermaine Genius on there, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Fucking shocking, Neil, really. That gets on TV and we have to, settle for the medium of Twitch, really, innit?
I know.
Anyways, boys and girls, we'll move on to our next tie, which is Emre Can's goal versus Watford. Just see it again from this angle before we show you the next goal that we'll face off against. Oh, no, maybe not. So, Emre Can's overhead kick goes up against Dele Alli's goal versus Crystal Palace. So, those are your two goals, boys and girls. So, we'll just see the Dele Alli one again. Okay. Those are the two goals that we're going to ask you to decide which one you want to vote for. So, Neil, let's have a quick look at Emre Can's again, mate. What do you think of this one, Nelly? What's your call on this one?
Oh, it's a banger. It is a banger. I think the ball over the top from Adam Lallana is fantastic.
Yeah, the way he picks it up in the midfield there. Well, that's Lallana, sorry, out wide. It comes into who's number 21?
No, it's Lallana who clips it in.
No, it's Lallana who's out wide.
Number 20.
He's got the ball there, number 20. Lallana who plays it to a Riggy, the little flick, and then it comes to who? Guys, who's number 21?
Oh, is it 21? I thought it was
that Henderson?
That's not Lucas Leiva still, was it?
Could have been, Was he still there then?
He was still there. Lucas he wore 21, I think.
Yeah, it was Lucas Leiva. So Lucas Leiva clipped it in for Emre Can.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it's a great goal. It's a great clip over the top. It's a really
very good clip.
It's a really good finish.
Once again, a bit like the Trevor Sinclair one we was talking about the other day. What I really like is that Emre Can's he's moving at full chat there, and I think to be honest, he's expecting the ball to come into this area here, isn't he? He's expecting to take that first time and side foot it and pass the keeper, but it's a shit pass from Leiva. Let's be honest. And he's had to improvise.
I don't think it is.
I think it's a poor pass. I think that ball should be going into the area here. He's not put any. He's put nowhere near enough pace on it.
But I'm thinking, from a personal point of view, I think he's seen a run there. If he puts it too much further, the keeper's on his 6-yard box. He's running the risk of it being cut. I think when Leiva clips it, he's looking at the run and he's looking at people moving in and it carrying on the play. Being nodded back, being nodded across, something like that, or even maybe nodded over the goalkeeper. He's running the risk. He's putting it into a space. You think there's 12 yards between the centre back and the goalkeeper when he clips that ball. That's not a big gap to find. So I think from that point of view, I think it's a decent pass. I think Emre Can has then done something that no one is expecting him to do.
Yeah,
I think you watch how they set up as the defenders back off. They don't get tight to him because I think they're all expecting him to just try and nod the ball on or something like that. And we've all seen Emre Can play. He's not going to be doing that.
It's not his game. I just think that when you look at this here, I don't know, as a midfield player, I mean, look how much time he's been afforded. I think he's tried. I don't know, from my point of view, you're looking to. Emre Can's made that run. He's got the run on the Kiko Firmino, I think that is at right back. He's got the run on him. And you're kind of expecting the ball to come in here and have a 50-50 really with the goalkeeper. But he's come up a bit short. And Chan's had to improvise. You can see he's had to slow down at this point. Because I think he's expecting the ball in there. And then also had to improvise to finish.
Yeah.
So as I say, I think it's just I totally agree. Yeah, it's not a bad pass. Don't get me wrong, but I think Emery Chan was expecting it
Yeah,
in this area, so he's had to improvise in there, and I think that's what makes it a very good goal. So
yeah.
Dele Alli's goal. Grant said that this is something that you would see a Sunday League morning player score.
I've scored similar. You know,
There you go.
I think there's more skill involved. As
Hmm.
soon as Dele Alli gets that ball, he is aware. He has got time and space.
Hmm.
If he beats the first man, he's got the time and space to get a shot off.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Because
let's
as
just go
soon as
to.
he's flicked
Sorry,
it,
we'll just find that bit there
as soon
because
as he's flicked it over his head, he spends his time. He's already he's lining up the shot. He knows, and I think it's
space he's got.
that awareness that makes it so much better.
Yeah. Oh,
That
Leon's
ball
here. Hello,
drops.
Leon.
He takes it. Who's in?
Leon. What's up, dude?
Oh, Leon's in. Oh, good. Um, yeah, the ball comes down and he takes that touch and he flicks it up and over the defender. And as he's turning, he's already swiveling to hit the shot. He's aware of what's around him.
Yeah.
It's that time and space. That
As you
he's
say, I
aware.
mean, yeah, you can
Yeah,
see where we froze it here. Look how much space he's got here. He's got acres and acres and acres of
yeah.
space on the edge of the area. I think actually he'd probably be the first one to say his first touch is probably not his best. This touch here gets it a bit too tight to his body. Once again, the defenders come out to him and he's just improvised, just knocked it over his head with cracking little touch. This is pure technique, the strike,
But then
but
he's
the defender
already
here
turned it right in
turns
front of
away
him.
from the ball. You just take it in the chest there, son.
But it's not even that high.
Yeah. If the defender doesn't turn away, that's not a goal. If the defender just stands up, it's not a goal. So this is poor defending.
It is. It is. From a personal point of view, I prefer that one to the Changle.
Okay. Yeah. I think that,
Yeah,
as you say, that one's got
yeah.
more skill
I just
involved,
think,
and I appreciate that.
yeah.
Okay. So which one are you guys voting for? Let's have a quick look. Da. Hell of a Wang. No, sorry, too far. Delhi Chan.
I can't. I kind of agree with Grant while you're counting up. I kind of agree with Grant that it is one of those where you would see a Sunday League player potentially score something similar,
Yeah.
but equally you would see a lot of Sunday League players do the flick and then completely airshot the volley after.
Yeah.
Or
No, agreed.
5 out of 10 times they would completely airshot. One of them may go in, but majority of them ain't going to be even on target. The Emre Chan one, you won't see in Sunday League very often because people don't make those sorts of runs. They don't get into those sorts of positions to be able to do it. Sunday League, the defender's not backing away thinking, what's he going to do here? They're going and heading the ball straight away. They're straight into it. There's no holding back and trying to work out what's happening.
Yeah.
It's a different. It's different.
It's different. I've got it so far as 4-2 in favour of Chan.
Okay.
Is there anyone who's
we
not
waiting
voted?
on any votes, guys?
Get your votes in, because this could be a tight one. I make it 4-2 Chan.
4-2. That's 3 less votes than we had last time, guys, and we got one more person in the room. So
Yep. Guys, get your votes in. Unless I'm missing any. Is anyone that I've missed? I have Grant for Chan, Rixie for Delhi. It's really hard to see in this one. Coop for Chan, Moisty for Chan.
who's Laura gone for?
George for Chan.
Chan for Lord's Gone Chan as
Lord's
well.
Gone Chan. Yeah, okay.
Bushy still there?
You still on Facebook, Bushy? Come on, guys, get your votes in. Come on.
Unfortunately,
We want to move on. I want more goals.
For those of you who are on Facebook, we can see the people who are on Twitch, but we can't see the people who are on Facebook.
Yeah.
So if you're there,
shout
out, get the vote in, shout
give it a
out.
share. Is there anyone who wants to see the goals again? If before deciding on your vote, Leon's gone with Chan. Good lad.
Done then, innit?
Done.
Leon, just for your knowledge, mate. Not Foster's. Foster's.
Not Foster's, Leon. Tell you, boy, when we get you in Norwich, we'll show you a proper drink.
Yeah. Straight from the cow.
Right, okay, so Chan goes into the pot. We've now got... Yeah, sorry, Rixie Bar. We've got our last two ties to decide. So, whilst I just take those videos down so we don't replay them, the next two goals we're going to ask you to vote on are these two. Paolo Di Canio's goal versus Plucky Wimbledon.
Oh, dear.
Naughty.
Yeah, that is naughty.
It's naughty, isn't it? It is naughty.
He's made it harder than he even needs to make it as well by doing a scissor kick.
Okay, we'll talk over this in a minute.
No, Leon. No, they weren't.
Good work, Leon. Well done, son.
Let's not even go there.
Okay, right.
Bloody Hermes drunken.
Okay, the goal which we're asking you to decide if it's better than the Paolo Di Canio goal is this goal. Super Jackie Wilshere's goal against Norwich. Yeah, well played, Leon. I like that, mate. Got a lot of love for that. Okay, so those are the two goals, boys and girls. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you some time to decide on which one you want to vote for, because I think this is a squeaky bum one. This one.
This one will be tight.
This is and whilst you're doing that, we're going to have a look at the two goals and make our see what we think is good and bad about them. I don't think there's going to be a lot of bad about these two, to be honest. I on first glimpse, I can't really say anything. Certainly can't say anything bad about this goal. Neil, Paolo Di Canio's goal. What can we say about it?
It's Di Canio doing what he does. He's completely over. Yeah. He's completely overcomplicated something.
How good of a ball is this here?
That ball coming in there. It's a great. Well, is it? If he's seen Di Canio on the far side and he's looking for Di Canio, then you look at where the ball ends up. That ball's been put there for Di Canio to put it back across the box.
Yeah.
Not to shoot. Right.
Do you think that's what he's doing? Then he's seen Di Canio and he's just putting it into that sort of that wide area, as you say, for him to then play it back, or do you think that he's played that into the box?
I think he's overhit it.
Yeah.
I think he's overhit it. In all honesty.
Yeah.
But from that angle.
Yeah.
To scissor kick it.
A cross goal.
There's nothing. Yeah. You could maybe say the goalkeeper's a little bit sloppy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, okay, yeah. Once again, but you see what pace he's hit it at. He's hit it with pace. He sliced it with pace from the outside of his boot.
Yeah.
In a scissor kick. Just look how quick it ends up in the back of the net.
Yep.
It's not like he's not got it on the laces. You know what I mean? Like when you hit punch a ball with the laces, it flies. It's on the side of your boot.
Yeah. Yeah. He was. Yeah. It is a fantastic goal. And I think the more you watch it, the better it becomes.
Yeah. This angle. Look at this, look. Whoa. That is naughty, isn't it? That's the angle.
I mean, my only complaint is, where's his left foot?
He's no Grant Brighton.
Getting paid all that money, mate. Kick with both feet, son.
Okay, I think that's a superb goal. Absolutely superb goal.
It's a fantastic goal.
And then from one superb goal to another. Now, okay, I want to skip it forward actually on this one, because not until I watched it back did I realise how far this move come from. So it actually started with Wilshere back here on the halfway line.
Starts it.
Yeah. Goes past a few players. Actually, sorry, inside their own half. Sorry, on the edge of the box. Sorry.
Yeah. What gets me here, this
you can't defend against this.
It's Santi Cazorla. I think the only one within it that is a little bit has an element of luck is the Giroud flick.
Which one? Sorry, the first one.
The one that puts Wilshere in for the tapping.
I don't think there's luck in that. I think he's meant that.
He's meant to flick it, but it's put Wilshere in the position it's ended up in.
That one there, yeah.
He's tried to give it the return, but actually he's put there's so much spin on it. It's gone right through the defence. I think he's just given it a return for Wilshere to take a touch and hit. Whereas
it's where it's come off his boot and it's and it's just worked into his path, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it means that Wilshere's almost stood on the 6-yard box for a tapping, essentially. But the finish is cute as well, because the goalkeeper's there and he shapes to put it into a big space and then just knocks it near post, and the keeper's completely wrong-footed.
It's interesting as well. Wilshere doesn't really look at goal there, does he? When you sort of watch his head movement. It's just, he kind of doesn't get his head up. He just knows where it is and he just rolls it into the corner there. It's an incredible finish.
I think for anyone who ever says Wilshere was overrated before he was getting injured all the time, you saw that on a regular basis from him. Not the goal necessarily, but just picking the ball up, driving at teams, playing the little give and goes, that sort of thing, and then keep him moving. It's not a pass and then watching and admiring. He's played it and he's gone again and he's kept going. And I think the only person in the whole Norwich setup there that you can maybe critique a little bit is as you go through, and I'm trying to do this because it's starting
there's a bit of a bit of a delay, but I think if I was to talk you through what I think,
go on.
No urgency here to get back and close this down. He's just stood off him there and just tried to cover a space. Tetty's just kind of watched that pass go in there, and I think he's done a good job to try and close Jack down.
But then watch, he runs back with Jack and then stops running. Yeah, and that's the point.
Yeah, just watch Tetty here. Yeah, look.
So just watching the ball. With him. He's with him, and then But
watch him here. He just watches the ball.
Side, where he's got to play in front of him. Yeah.
He's just watching the ball the whole time.
He goes past.
Yeah. They're not even. He's not looking to see where Jack is. He's not following his man. He's just let him go.
No.
Which, to be fair, I think that's as bad defending that is. How can you defend against a lad like that who's just weaving in through you? It's impossible. It goes against everything that you're taught as a footballer. So Wilshere's. I think it's more of it's a great goal by Jack Wilshere than poor defending, in my opinion. You know, in that one, I think that's just you can't do much about defending against that.
No, and I think as I say, I think the only thing you can do if you're gonna put any fault anywhere is that. Sorry, I just realised my work laptop was still plugged in, so just unplug that. Don't want to be doing any of that stuff.
Moisty, you said about how do you follow? I think you're on Xbox, aren't you, buddy? I'm not sure how you can do it on Xbox, but if you go on desktop or on your phone, you can hit the follow button. It's just below the stream, mate. So sorry about that.
I think if you're gonna point any finger at Tetty, if Tetty's gone all the way with him, and is there, Wilshere hasn't then got essentially what he's made to look a simple tapping because Tetty's on him.
Yeah.
Whereas actually Wilshere gets there and all he's got to worry about is making a connection with the ball.
Yeah, but it's the way he's tucked the finish away as well, isn't it? You know.
It is. Oh, it is. It is completely. And if there's if there's someone gone with it and tracked his run, he's going to be more aware of him, and it may not be quite as straightforward. But he hasn't, and Wilshire's done it. And it's an absolute peach of a goal. It's a team goal with a very good finish at the end of it. It's not like it's a team goal, loads of build up, and then someone's tapped it in at the far post.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's have a quick count up, guys. If you have not got your vote in, get your vote in now. I make it. Let's have a little sneaky peek. Di Canio, Wilshere. 2-1 Di Canio, 2-2 Wilshere, 3-2 Wilshere. 4-2 Wilshere. 5-2 Wilshere. Uh, 5-3 Wilshere. I make it 5-3 Wilshere. So anyone not voted yet, get your vote in. Get your vote in now. It's really hard to see. I've got all blue letter in here, so I do apologise, guys. And steady on with the language as well, boys. I don't want to get in trouble for that. But yeah, Moisty, if you're having trouble following, just let us know, pal. I'll help you out where I can. But Neil, also talking about these goals and talking about the Wilshere goal, I think it also points out that I'm right in my call that Olivier Giroud is a better striker than my mate Big Nose.
Oh yeah.
Just goes to show it, doesn't it? George said it himself. George said it himself. He said Giroud used to do that all the time, mate. All the time. It's not about scoring those overhead kicks from the halfway line, mate. Fucking any old twat can do that. That's real football, son. That's real football.
Giroud did that all the time. There was just no one else following in on it, so it looked like a stupid pass all the time.
And that's why no one put Giroud above Ibrahimovic, because Ibrahimovic had good players around him, mate. Whereas in poor old Olivier had to suffer in a very average Arsenal side, mate. Very average. He made them look good.
And was careless with the ball.
Giroud? No.
Because he'd try. Because he'd try a flick to no one as opposed to hold it up and play it.
No. You don't know what you're talking about, Neil.
I remember when Giroud first signed for Arsenal, and obviously he'd been brilliant at Montpellier the year before. And I remember him getting the ball, and he drove into the box, and he tried to sidestep a couple of players, and he didn't have the pace to get beyond them, and he looked really confused. It's like, mate, you've just come from the French league.
Podolski was such a baller, mate. I didn't rate Podolski though. Is that going to be another 2,000 bits, George? I joke, mate. I joke. Don't worry.
Podolski was a baller. He just didn't. Wenger didn't have any faith in him. Podolski was a quality player.
Yeah, I'm not sure he suited the Premier League as much as some of the other lads that came in around about that sort of time. And I mean, when he played in Europe, he looked well within his grasp. But yeah, Podolski was a strange one.
I think he was an out and out.
Yeah.
He was a wide forward. He would fit in to most teams now, but he was not a left midfielder, and he wasn't really a centre forward.
Okay, yeah, Arshavin as well. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Anyways, Wilshere goes through.
So
Wilshere
is through.
The bowl. The bowl is here, guys. We are collecting it. There's all the goals from the round so far. We've got one tie. We've got one tie left. And then what we'll do is
one tie before the quarter-final draw.
Yep, we'll get this last tie out. We're going to go for a real quick 2-minute break. Give you guys a chance to refresh yourselves, grab yourself another drink, and then we'll be back for the quarter-final draw. How's that sound? Oh, thank you. Thank you for the follow, Moisty. Good lad. How many gooners are in this chat? A lot. Okay.
It's like our eating.
You subscribed. Shit. Oh, sorry, Moisty. I thought you just followed. You subscribed. Thanks, my friend. Much appreciated. Thank you. A lot of love for you there, man. Thank you for the subscription. What a boy.
Brixie, it got that bad at one point with our Eton page that we had to, we changed it to the Arsenal FC chat.
Yeah.
Because everyone, we then binned off a goalkeeper, got a new goalkeeper who was a freaking Arsenal fan. It's not cool, mate. It's not cool.
Okay, so guys, it's our last tie. This is the last round of the round of 16. The last face-off of the round of 16, shall I say. And it's once again a headline act on this one. A very well-known goal versus a lesser-known goal that is arguably just as good, if not better. But that's why you are here, to tell us which one you believe is the better goal. So we're going to show you the two goals, and once again we're going to ask you to cast your votes on which one is your favourite. I'm quite proud I managed to find a high-def video of this.
What a banger.
Once again, you sort of talk about the importance of goals, didn't you? And it's a very important goal.
Remind me, was that the last minute of the 90 or the last minute of the 120 to put it to penalties?
It was.
I know it was a last minute
time,
goal. Yeah, so 119, 120 minutes. You've been busting a gut for that length of time. And the way Gerrard played as well, he would have been busting a gut to drag Liverpool through.
Yeah.
To then strike a ball that well, that hard, from that far out at that point in time is just
phenomenal,
ridiculous. I mean, that guy's laid down in the penalty box. He's knackered. He's having a rest.
Okay, we'll come on to that. But that goal faces off against this goal here. This was a tricky one to find, actually. I had to search all around piss in YouTube for this one. So we've only got it from the one angle, I'm afraid. Just quickly show it again, guys. I love the modesty in the celebration. Okay, so those are your two goals, guys. We're going to ask you to decide which one you would vote for, which one you believe is better, which one deserves to go through into the next round, into the quarter-final. Neil, we've already talked about the Gerrard goal a little bit just there. Let's have another look at it, mate. So I'm not quite sure what the time was on of the goal. Does it say at the beginning here? No, it doesn't. Okay, but yeah, it was against West Ham in the final of the FA Cup. Like you were saying, Gerrard, the way he played, he was an absolute dynamite of a player. He was up and down the pitch. He was making tackles. He was making passes. He was playing alongside some pretty average players at that time. Also a couple very good players too, but a very inconsistent side. You can see Djibril Cissé here doing what he does best, being injured. And Momo Sissoko as well, not really doing anything when the ball comes out to him here. You see, I'm sure he claimed an assist for this by missing the ball completely.
I got Fernando Morientes up front as well, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it was Morientes at the time. I'm a hell of a player. But yeah, see, Momo Sissoko here, look.
Not for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a strike.
Against a great goalkeeper.
It's one hell of a strike. Just one hell of a goal. One hell of a goal.
Do you know the best thing about that strike?
What's the best thing about that strike, Neil?
You
missed it?
I missed it.
Really?
Yeah. It was my wedding day.
Oh, no way.
All right. I was gutted. It was the season, everything was brought forward. So the FA Cup final was on the 13th. It was on the 13th of May. Normally it'd been the week after on the 20th, and they brought everything forward for World Cup in 2006, so they could finish the season earlier. And I missed that, and then someone was listening to it on their headphones and said, "Oh, it's gone to penalties." And we were at Barnum Broom, so I went up to watch the penalties. And the guy who was like the master of ceremonies or something came up and he said, "They're cutting the cake. You need to come back to do the cutting of the cake." And I said, "It can wait 5 minutes." I said, "It can wait 5 minutes." And he went, "No, you need to come now." And I'm like, "I'm pretty sure I'm paying you, mate. How about you?"
Yeah.
I'll go off.
Fuck
I'm
off.
watching the penalties, son.
Is that, yeah? Have you seen this? Gerrard's just smashed a goal in from 30 yards.
And equally, the game lasted almost as long as the wedding, the marriage, mate. So I could have just watched the whole thing and not bothered wasting all the money.
Yeah. Good shout. But it's a happy day when you get married. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For you.
No, it was for me. Okay, we don't need to talk
It
about
was.
that goal much more, do we? Let's be honest. It's just
No,
a
it's a
peach.
banger. Absolute banger.
It's a peach.
Yeah.
Okay, now what else has Sean Bartlett done in his career apart from this?
He got capped by South Africa about 50 times, I think. Um, he was actually a decent signing for Charlton at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, when you bear in mind, prior to that, they had Jason Yule as their main striker.
Mm.
Sean Bartlett was a deal, but they had some all right players. Like Klaus Jensen and Scotty Parker was still
Yeah,
there.
Scotty Parker.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a shame. I mean, the worst thing for Sean Bartlett is he celebrates his goal with Chris Powell.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the poor bugger. Can you imagine turning around scoring a goal like that and then, Chris Powell, oh shit.
Yeah, and the woman, Chris Powell's a left back. What the hell was he the furthest
Yeah,
forward for?
exactly. That just sums it all up, mate.
Yeah, that's why Charlton didn't last long in the Prem.
Yeah.
But it's a good strike. But it's.
Mm.
I'm not sure how it's one goal of the season. If I'm brutally honest,
No.
It's a long ball that's fallen into the path, and he's caught it well. But that's the sort of goal. When Grant was saying earlier, you see those goals on Sunday league pitches.
Yeah.
On a regular.
Mm.
Long ball over the top. Someone's run onto it and caught it well past the keeper.
Yeah.
It's a decent strike.
Mm. But yeah, it's
I don't
not.
think there's any.
Yeah.
There's no massive amount of technique involved. It's a decent long pass.
Mm. That's all we can say about it, really, isn't it? I think it's just one of those. He had nothing else he could do there either. It's just a bit of a hit and hope, and I think 99% of the time you shank it and it goes out for a goal kick, but that one he just caught right, and
yeah.
It's just the way the cookie crumbles in that one, I'm afraid. Okay, guys.
I mean, he almost looked surprised it went in. So.
Yeah, you can see that he was just shocked, absolutely shocked.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 5 votes for Gerrard there. 6, 7 votes for Gerrard.
I can't see Sean Bartlett getting a vote.
No, neither can I. Yeah, thanks again for the sub, Moisty. Goes a long way, my friend. Thank you so much. We're nearly there now. We're one more away. One more away from unlocking another remote. So, come on, we're nearly there. Sean was not himself. Can we vote for me in this one? Sean was not himself. Very good. Law, you are a clever guy. So sorry, that is 8 for Gerrard. 8-0 in favour of Gerrard. That's just Neil. What if? Nah. Bartlett, mate. Smell you later, son. Smell you later. Shawnee boy.
Yeah.
You fucking clown. You let the Shawns down, man. You let the Shawns down.
Massive, big circle over Big Stevie G.
Big Stevie G goes into the bowl. She-ball. Which, so, Neil, would you be kind enough just to... I vote for Badgie on this one, actually. Hey. Good shout. Yes, Badgie. Okay, Badgie's got 2 votes, so it's 8-2 in favour of Gerrard still, but... Yeah. Neil, you're making a late surge for the spot there, boy.
Yeah. Scored a couple of belters, mate. I've seen this advert for this thing called VO multiple times. It's like a ball tracking camera.
Right.
Ball tracking camera. And I'm like, get that for Sunday.
Neil, we need to stop talking about balls. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, track mine. It's. Then I thought, I don't play it anywhere near enough to warrant it anymore. And all I'd be doing is bigging up everyone else, and fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them in the arse.
Yeah, paying a load of money to watch videos of the team I run. No.
Yeah, no way, mate. Oh. You can watch that for free, son.
Oh. Everyone round on a Sunday afternoon. Instead of going to the pub, we'll come back to mine and we'll watch the video.
You should do that, do a debriefing after the games. I wonder how many people would turn up.
Yeah, none. Right, cool. Grant would be there. I reckon Grant would come and look.
Yeah, Grant, you come along. I might not even be in the team, so I'm not going to come. I'll come for the barbecue later, though.
See you at a Gordy.
Hey.
Right, shall I do a quick rundown on who's in the draw?
Would you be kind enough just to do a very quick rundown while I give the bowl a bit of a shake? I'm then going to go bleed the lizard, and then we'll be back for the quarterfinal draw, boys and girls. Sponsored by, well, no one really.
Cool. So we have got Maynor Figueroa for Wigan against Stoke. We have Daly and Atkinson for Aston Villa against Wimbledon. We have Matthew Letitia for Southampton versus Newcastle. We have Tony Yeboah for Leeds versus Wimbledon. We have Wayne Rooney for Man United versus Man City. Trevor Sinclair for QPR versus Barnsley. Cristiano Ronaldo for Manchester United versus Portsmouth. I don't know why I went into an accent. That went weird.
What was that about?
Emre Can for Liverpool versus West Ham. I have no idea, mate. I don't even know where it was an accent of. It just went weird. Yusuf Safri for Norwich. Maybe. Yusuf Safri for Norwich versus Newcastle. Eric Cantona for Manchester United versus Sunderland.
Cantona. Cantona. Sorry.
Vincent Company for Man City versus Leicester. Jack Wilshere for Arsenal versus Norwich. Didi Harman for Liverpool versus Portsmouth. Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal versus Newcastle. Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal versus Leicester. And then rounding off the draw with our last goal scene, Steven Gerrard for Liverpool versus West Ham United.
Superb. So I just asked the Frog if we should get a sponsor, and he's he recommends going with what Gandhi would do. So, which I'm all for that.
Yeah. I mean, Gandhi would probably walk across the desert barefoot, and then yeah. No, I'm not for that.
Yeah. So I mean, I reckon we should just get someone who makes socks. Be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Flip flops. Yeah,
flip-flops.
Gandhi's flip flops.
Gandhi flip flops. I actually knew a bloke who looked like Gandhi.
Yeah.
We used to call him Gandhi. Yeah, he was my old manager at Presswood. He did actually. He used to wear flip flops. No joke.
Were they sliders or flip flops?
Flip flops. Yeah, the little toe bit.
Oh, it's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's better. At least that's a proper flip flop, man. You can't wear
Andy Muscle.
You can't wear socks again.
He has flip flips. Like it. Yes, son.
Flip flips.
Very good.
Mr. Muscle.
Very good. There's no flies on you, mate. No flies on you. So I was a frog, I'd have him. Right, guys, we're going to take a very, very quick 60-second break. Okay? Don't go anywhere. Yes. Refresh your drinks. Have a nip to the toilet. Do what you need to do, because we will be back for our quarterfinal draw of the ultimate goal of the Premier League era, and you don't want to miss it. So, yeah. We shall see you in 60 seconds. And we're back.
Oh. Hey, good timing.
Look at that. Spotty doggy. Spotty doggy. How is everyone? Has everyone refreshed their drink? Is everyone ready? Everyone ready for the quarter-final draw? We all ready to go?
I shall write these down again and again so we have our listing.
Thank you kindly. You're virtually FA accredited, Neil.
I'm not far off. Yeah.
Thank God we got
I'm
someone.
accredited in Sweet FA. Yeah.
If you boys are longer than 60 seconds, then I'm off to watch Jermaine Genius. Rixie, don't you dare. Might as well watch
And
paint
equally,
dry,
we
son.
know that's a lie.
Yeah,
We know
exactly.
that's a lie.
Well,
No one knowingly watches Jermaine Genius.
Yeah, everyone thinks he's Kieran Dyer.
even Jermaine Genius thinks he's Kieran Dyer.
Okay, right. So we have the bowl. I've upgraded to a glass one this time. It's quite...
Ooh.
We did have a plastic one before. We've now got glass. Rixie,
Oh,
you
so
little...
you can see through.
Yeah. Rixie, you little sort, wind us up
You
like
know
that.
what's
How
going.
could you? It's a shame. We need to get some good-looking women to come, like, help with the draw. Oh, we can't really because social distancing. That's a shame, isn't it? Damn.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. First goal out of the hat.
You get him to do it remotely. Yeah. Anyway, yes.
With like those little pinchy things. The little pinchy, like,
Yeah,
litter pickers.
Garbage grabber. Yeah.
Funny thing is, I actually like Jermaine Genius as a pundit, Grant.
I mean, that's not
Summed
funny.
a lot up there, son.
Uh,
Okay, first goal.
Can't see you, lads.
Everyone
Moisty
else
just said,
says,
can't see you.
put your glasses on, Moisty.
He's turned off the TV. Come on, son.
You silly old Hector. We all... Can everyone see us? Just checking before
Yeah.
I tell you the first goal that's in my hand. I haven't quite opened it yet. No? Yes? Maybe? Help?
Let's just go for
yeah.
it.
Bollocks to you.
It's all,
It's all rigged
if
anyways.
Moisty can hear us, then he knows what's going on anyway.
Yeah. As I say, it's all rigged anyways. First one out is Emre Can's goal versus Watford.
Oh, Emre Can v Watford. Cool. And I reckon with the speed that I can do this, I will be able to let everyone know before the end of the show, or within about a minute and a half of the end of this draw, what goals will be shown on what day.
I will put up a graphic on Facebook at some point. I'll get around to doing it tonight. It goes up against Steven Gerrard's goal versus West Ham. The last goal that we saw tonight.
Out you go, Liverpool.
Yeah. So we've got an all Scouse affair in the first tie. Right. Both goals against London clubs as well. Fancy that. Isn't that interesting? Don't get this sort of shit on Match a Day, do you? This is the Carabao Cup draw again.
No.
Yep. Better than the Carabao Cup, mate.
Can you hear us though, Moisty?
Yeah, you can hear us, can't you,
Because
son?
you may be the person with the best. You may be the person with the best thing. Just hearing us, not having to see us.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone
Yeah,
will
lucky
be
bastard.
asking to come round yours, mate.
Okay. The next goal out of the hat is Dennis Bergkamp's goal versus Newcastle.
Oh, don't like that one.
Now, Dennis Bergkamp is the only man who features twice in this draw, I believe.
Yeah.
Despite the fact Wayne Rooney had 3 bites of the cherry and only got through once. Okay, Dennis Bergkamp goes up against George's pick of Cristiano Ronaldo's goal versus Portsmouth. Oh dear, that's going to be a tough one. They're all tough at this stage, I think. Apart from maybe the first one, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next tie will be... Remember the name, Wayne Rooney. His overhead kick against Manchester City in the derby on the 12th of February, 2011.
I'm loving that George is not confident with his Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, that's a little squirty one, that one, isn't it?
If Latus couldn't beat him.
Yeah. Okay. Wayne Rooney's goal goes up against Dennis Bergkamp's goal versus Leicester on the 27th of August, 1997.
That one, I still think that's brilliant. 27th of August. Just imagining,
Yeah,
going to that Arsenal
not gonna
game,
see a better goal
seeing
all
Bergkamp
season.
score 2 weeks into the season, knowing you aren't going to see a better goal all season.
You just cancel your season ticket, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh yes, oh no, oh dear. Fantastic. Yeah, this is where the comments get interesting. Okay, the next one out. Legod versus Newcastle on the 24th of October 1993. A personal favourite of both mine and Neil's.
Ledge.
It goes up against Daly and Atkinson's goal versus Wimbledon
annoying, isn't it?
on the 3rd of October 1992. That is gonna... Oh dear. So, I'm going to get kicked off of Twitch for pornographic material showing these goals. Okay, the next...
Kicked off for profanity.
We're halfway through the draw. We've got another 4 ties to pick out. The next one is Trevor Sinclair's goal versus Barnsley on the 25th of January 1997. Another personal favourite, certainly of mine.
I've confused myself here. I'm drawing breath each time. Like, oh, that's,
yeah, I know.
Oh. We know who's through. I've seen all these goals. I know who's through. Who they're up against doesn't matter. They're going to be tight, pretty much all the way through. But
it's just tough. Okay. It goes up against Eric Cantona's goal versus Sunderland. God.
Oh, so your choice against your favourite goal.
Oh,
nice.
Mate. I just realised this isn't the quarterfinals, is it? It's round of 16. Shit. After all that. Dickhead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well. More goals for us to see then, isn't it? More goals for more shows.
No, this is quarterfinals. This is quarterfinals, mate.
Oh, yeah, it'd be eight ties.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah, 8 ties. So, yeah, no, so it's not. No, 8 ties, then quarterfinals.
Round of 32. This is round of 16. Oh, well.
Yeah.
It just shows that we can't count, and we're from Norfolk. So.
But, no, we're not.
No.
The plus side means the goals go on for longer.
Vincent Kompany versus Leicester. More goals for more shows for longer.
Bye, Vin. Bye, Vinny.
So Vinny goes up against... Yeah, it was a shit goal anyways. Fucking egg-headed twat. It goes up against... Maynor Figueroa's goal versus Stoke.
Oh. Ah, 2 shit goals.
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Maybe we'll just cancel that show. We'll replace it with Lettice. That's what we'll do. It's our show. We can do what we want.
Kick him out and bring him back in. Yeah, exactly. Pretend no one ever noticed.
Okay. Right. Four things in the pot. So that means I've done my job. I'm happy. Next one out. Dietmar Haarmann's goal versus Portsmouth on 17th of March 2004. That goes up against Jack Wilshere's goal versus Norwich on the 19th of October 2014. Grant is out.
The annoying thing is...
Can't do it.
The annoying thing is had Haarmann or Wilshire been drawn into the previous head-to-head, they would have won. Yep. But now one of them's going to go out, and Kompany or Figueroa will go through.
Bullshit, innit? Okay, so the last 2 out are Tony Yeboah's goal versus Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Against Yusuf Safri's goal versus Newcastle on the 20th of April 2005. Yeah, you didn't do a bad job of spelling it there, Rixie. I'll give you that, son.
Newcastle are taking a hammering, so there's 16 goals. Newcastle have conceded 3 of them.
Oops.
Portsmouth have conceded 2 of them.
Okay, so that
and
brings up
Leicester have conceded 2 of them.
our round of 16, actually.
So that brings up... It does. And actually, we will only have 2 shows of this. And then 1 show. And then semis and final. No, it's still the same amount of shows because semis and finals in the same day. So, yeah.
So as long as we stick
Even
to
though
4.
we've named it the wrong thing.
Yeah.
We've named it the wrong thing. It's not the quarterfinals. It's not changed the amount of shows.
No, it's all good. I know what I meant.
Yep.
Just can't count.
So, I've quickly done a draw.
Thank you, Neil.
Show number 1, Thursday. We will see Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal versus Newcastle head off against Cristiano Ronaldo versus Portsmouth. We will see Matthew Legord-Letizier for Southampton versus Newcastle head off against Dalian Atkinson for Aston Villa versus Wimbledon. We will see Vincent Kompany for Man City versus Leicester head off against Manuel Figueroa for Wigan versus Stoke. Just get one of those shit ones out early.
Yeah, nice and early.
And then we will see 2 Spanks head off against each other.
Spanky doodle.
A Tony Yeboah versus a Wimbledon for Leeds versus a Yusuf Safri Spank for Norwich versus Newcastle.
That was a hell of a goal, that Safri goal.
It was a bang. It was a bang.
Excellent behaviour. And that is all she wrote, Neil.
That wraps it up. It also means that for the following Monday, Newcastle fans are safe to tune in because they won't have to watch their team conceding a worldie.
Yeah, this is true. So, lucky them, really. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, each time they watch one of these goals go in, they must look at it and think, well, here's what I could have won. Could have had him playing for us.
Exactly.
Could have had a Safri midfield with Lettice and Bergkamp up front.
Could have, but they didn't. That's
you
the
missed
thing.
the Wilshire goal badge. No, I didn't.
No.
All I've done was read out the ones that are going to be happening on Thursday. So the Wilshire goal, just as a round off, guys. So the following Monday, this time next week. So we're here on Thursday with the goals that we just went through, and on Monday next week we will have Emre Can for Liverpool versus Watford head off against Steven Gerrard for Liverpool versus West Ham. We will have Wayne Rooney for Man United against Man City head off against Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal versus Leicester. Trevor Sinclair for QPR versus Barnsley head off against Eric Cantona for Man United versus Sunderland. And we will have Didi Hamann for Liverpool versus Portsmouth head off against Jack Wilshere for Arsenal against Norwich.
So some more incredible shows to look forward to. Certainly with the goals, anyways.
I do think, George, you could need to do a little bit more than pray.
I'm not sure whether it'll be enough, son.
But you never know. You never know. There's been some surprises today. Some that me and Sean thought were dead certs to go through haven't gone through. So
yeah, I really thought the Giggs one would go through. Really did. I couldn't see the.
I thought that was.
Yeah, that going that way, but
that was the one that I thought was nailed on. I couldn't pick between the others, but I thought that was the nailed on one.
Yeah, ditto. Yeah, ditto. I still don't rate the Yeboah goal, but that's where this show works. It's not about what we think. It's about what you guys think. It's about the general consensus, and this is where the voting system works. It's ultimately the best goal goes through, whether we like it or not. So.
Yeah, completely. And I think obviously when Sean then goes to try and pull the goal up on Thursday, and then realises that all YouTube video images of it have been corrupted. And
Can't help but get
We'll
Lettuce
just
back in,
have to
can we?
run with the Giggs one again. Exactly, we'll get Giggs back in. He gets redeemed. Shearer wasn't invited. Now, unfortunately, Shearer never won a goal of the season.
Never.
He scored some absolute worldies
Some
for Blackburn
ridiculous
and for
goals.
Newcastle, but he didn't. Yeah, but he didn't win a goal of the season. And when it came down to it, and people picked their favourite goals, the guys who were picking younger generation, and then Sean picked the Cantona goal for Man United against Sunderland, which is iconic for the celebration as much as the goal, I think.
Both,
And
yeah.
I picked Letizier's goal against Newcastle because he scored. I think he had 3 goals in the final pick of goal of the season that year. One of his one. And yeah. Matty Taylor was in the options for him, but he didn't win one. So.
No, yeah. And yeah, it's amazing he never won one, really. I mean, so with some of the goals he scored, but I don't know. Just shows that, it's a voted system at the end of the day. The BBC run a voted system, and that's why, Wilshere won that goal when people said he shouldn't have and things like that. But, ultimately, I say that's what we're doing. It comes down to your votes, so, and we trust you to make the right vote.
Yep.
Rightly or wrongly.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And, as we said multiple times, the more people on, the wider spread of opinion we get with the goals. And, yeah, all good.
That's it. So make sure you invite your friends along to help get the votes swing in the favour of the goal that you think should be best. So, right, I need to go purchase a football shirt. Thank you, George. So that's going to be my job for tonight. Hopefully I'll get it here in time for Thursday's show and in time for Friday's request show.
I can't imagine you're going to pay for express shipping as well, are you?
Depends how cheap the shirt is, mate.
Yeah, I've got to buy the shirt. You're not going to pay for express shipping on it. Keep it as long as you want, people. I just need to show I've bought it.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you get Hermes to deliver it? Because it might never turn up.
That's a good idea. Well thought out, Neil. Well done, mate. Yeah, so I'm going to find a Hermes delivered shirt. What are we feeling, guys? Do we want to go check out some music, or shall we check out some more football stuff? What would everyone like to go listen to? Let's go have a look.
Yeah, just so you know, guys, that's the end of our stream. We are now done. Sean is now going to raid.
I'm swiftly moving on from this whole shirt business. So
yeah.
Neil, any last words? Anything you want to say based on tonight's show? Anything you're looking forward to on Thursday?
Goals, mate. I'm looking forward to goals. I know we had a brief chat. We had a brief chat around potential other options of conversation as well. I think we're looking at potentially involving a little bit of, for those of you who don't know what Football Index is, we're looking at involving a little bit of that. Sean's a bit of a demon on it. He's a little bit of a wheeler dealer, Harry Redknapp on Football Index. Little bit way.
Don't say yeah.
He's if he had doors on his motorbike, he'd be hanging out the side of them. Yeah.
I got a window here. I hang out that window. That's what I do.
Yeah. You just shout at someone walking past. Yeah, I reckon. All right,
yeah, all right, son. Yeah, how much you going for? What wages you want?
Peter Rodden Wingy out here, is he?
Oh, he's always driving up and down the road, Rodden Wingy. I see him all day, every day, mate. Anyone got a deal going? Anyone got a deal?
But yeah, so yeah, that, and then obviously we may even cover off a couple of bits and pieces. I think we sort of said Football Manager wise as well. So anyone who plays on that, and we'll kind of tie in the two, because you tend to see some gems on Football Manager that suddenly become gems on Football Index.
Yeah, definitely. I think the two platforms definitely cross over each other, and it's something that I've always tried to kind of keep my eyes and ears to the ground, and I found a few doozies from it. So I couldn't agree more that by keeping an eye on one, you benefit on the other. So that's certainly something that I'd like to bring into the show. I'd like to obviously introduce to you guys. No one who's saw or heard of Football Index, you might want to check it out. It's a damn sight better way of investing your money instead of putting it into a savings account or into a stupid betting account like your William Hill or your Coral account. So, but we could talk about the benefits
money
of
for
that.
you, not for them.
Yeah, exactly. Keep the money in your pocket, not someone else's. So,
yep.
All right then. We'll have a look at that on Thursday's show. We've also got the Fantasy Champions League final coming up at some point soon, which we still need to do. I know that was talked about on doing that on this Thursday's show, but we will take a rain check on that.
We can do that. Well, it's up to you. I am not working tomorrow, so I can run that in the background.
I think maybe we should
Completely up to you.
run the Champions League final because it should be Champions League final week this week, or was it last week? It's usually
Yep.
end of May, isn't it? So I think
That's
yeah,
this week. Yeah.
first week of
Oh
June.
no. Yeah. Sorry, it was on It was on Saturday. It was due to be on Saturday.
Yeah. So
30th of
let's
May.
do. So on Thursday we'll reveal who has won our Fantasy Champions League final. The down the local
Yep.
fantasy final. I'm still planning on getting like a stupid little trophy together that we can post to them via my Hermes. So because I'm paying top dollar for it. So we'll run that on Thursday. We'll talk a bit of Football Index and we'll preview the 2 rounds of goals which we'll show next week. So we'll do both of those all next week. So we'll show you 4 goals on Monday, 4 goals on Thursday. How's that sound?
Okay, cool. Yep.
How's that sound?
Yeah, so we'll tie the Champions League in. We'll see if we can get some images from the game and things like that as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So, but yeah, a full comprehensive feedback of that would be fun. So, okay. I'm just having a look for someone to raid that we can go check out. See what people are doing on the world of Twitch. Au revoir, guys. But yeah, stick around. Everyone stick around. We're going to go check out some music. So, let's see if we can find someone who's a bit fun and interesting on the world of Twitch. Don't want to find no losers. Not that there are many.
You've just spent 2 hours with us. You don't want to.
Yeah, you want something chilled out and a bit more relaxed, don't we? Let's be honest. So let's go check out Anna. Anna's someone we've checked out with Leon before.
Oh.
So if everyone could go show Anna some
hello to Anna.
love and check out some music, hang out. Let's see out the rest of the evening with some nice chilled out music, ready for another action-packed Tuesday tomorrow, I'm sure, for all of us. So